I've introduced a very interesting concept in the form of Nokia. Nokia was a very interesting deck that I feel like wasn't as shining as it was before, but I feel like going into Bt-6, it can still do really well because being able to play Digimon for a cheaper cost, especially when you're being memory choked, can sometimes win you that game that you didn't think you're going to win, because cheating in Digimon is just so much better than it before. Because look at green, they have all their ultimates usually are in the line of I just give 3 and it's okay, I don't care. So guys, without further ado, let's dive right in and see what Nokia does in Bt-6. Bt-6's Nokia is a very interesting demon in its own right. It's a very cost-effective, very powerful deck, because while we're using cards from all the format, we have more consistency with the Gabumons now, since we have more Gabumons in the format. So being able to use Nokia's on play a Gabumon from your hand without paying its memory cost, and then when digivolving one of our Digimon into a Greymon, Garurumon, or Omnimon in your hand, you may suspend this tamer to reduce the cost by 1. We've learned that anything we can reduce evolve cost means a heck of a lot in this game. We gain a lot of power, momentum from it, and we can play behind our castle, because we can just leave this in the raising area and just climb up and then wait for Nokia to go all crazy on them. So let's take a look. We use Demi-Vmon, so your turn, if you have 8 or more cards in your hand, this Digimon gains 1000 DP. We don't have many Digimon that just gain 1000 DP for attacking, which does help out in the long game because we don't have that much options where we just get to swing in for bigger numbers. Usually we're the smaller end of it just because we usually use jamming as our main focal in blue. But we now have options. Tsunimon is also in this, so your turn, if this Digimon contains Garurumon or Omnimon, it gains 1000. So it allows us to have our evolutionary line just gain more momentum. Next, let's talk about this Gabumon from Bt-5. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon card with Garurumon in its name and 1 Digimon card with Omnimon in its name among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck. See, this Gabumon is very powerful because we have enough targets to hopefully hit that Garurumon that we want to hopefully fix our hand a bit. 3 is a really tough call to hit, but sometimes when it does, it's just really scary. Then we have Gabumon. All turns, once per turn, you may play a match. When you play a tamer with Matt Ishida in its name, gain 1 memory. So our Matt Ishida can be a 2 cost, which is really good. Or if we have multiples of these out, it becomes even less. It could become free if we have multiple out. So we like that. But when attacking once per turn, if this Digimon Gabumon bonds of friendship, you may unsuspend this Digimon, and you basically get another attack in for that bonds of friendship. Then we play this Gabumon that lets us look for tamers. So on play, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, add 1 tamer among them to your hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. So we want to dig for Nokia and Matt Ishida, so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get our tamer as soon as possible, and it will help with Gabumon here. Next, we do have this Gabumon from the trial deck, so all turns while you have 8 or more cards in your hand, this Digimon gets 1000 DP. This allows us to get around deletion a little bit better because the minus DP, we're now a little bit higher, and being all turns is just super clutch and very powerful. Next, Garurumon is in here, so when digivolving, if this Digimon has Gabumon, since our whole baby line is Gabumon, we can pull this out, digivolve on top of it. This could be free. We rest Nokia with it. This makes it so important to be able to play Garurumons in our deck just to help us out. If you also, so all turns, if this Digimon has Garurumon or Omnimon in its name, it gets plus 1000 DP. So combo it with this Gabumon here. That's plus 2000 DP for your ultimates. Now that makes it a lot harder for them just to on-delete them a little bit better. So that's why we like this kind of combination, just to gain some advantage. Colamon is in here to be that 1 cost evolve blocker. Next, we do also play this Garurumon here. The promo Garurumon here When attacking, if this Digimon name contains Garurumon, draw a card. We like to be able to gain some card advantage since we will be trying to dig for pieces and play further. This card will help on up to our Mega line, but then Bonds of Friendship shuts it off, so you won't gain card advantage out of it. Corduromon's in here to be a surprise Digimon if revealed in security. Just really does help out on play, draw 2 cards, and gets us in another attack that we might have not had. Next, Sagittarius mode. Sagittarius mode can Digivolve on top of level 5 for free. And while this Digimon has a Digi-Evolution card with Where Garurumon is named, this Digimon gains a jamming. So being able to swing in and clear out a security or 2 just with jamming is really nice. Just clearing out security with jamming is just really nice. Or 2 if we have the other Where Garurumon underneath it. All turns, while this Digimon has Garurumon or Omnimon on his name, it gains 1000 DP. You can definitely get up to Metal Garurumon and just sit there, or have our Sagittarius mode just get so beefy that they can't deal with it. So definitely don't sleep on that. Next, we have Where Garurumon. So when one of your opponent Digimon has Digimon with no evolutionary sources, security +1. So this card, I like it. There are a lot of chances your opponent's playing in decks that they're trying to counter you with. It doesn't matter what they have. As long as they have one Digimon with no evolutionary sources, you have extra security choke points, which really does help out. Next, we do have Metal Garurumon. So when Digivolving, if you have a Digimon card with Garurumon in this Digimon's Digi-Evolution cards, return one of your opponent's Digimon with On Deletion effect to the bottom of their deck. Trash all evolutionary sources. This helps against Millenniumons, that annoying, Chaosmon, Volderarm, anything that's just going to have an On Deletion effect. We can just bottom it, and we're getting into a very heavy format where it has very interesting On Deletion effects. We can also bottom the ancient Garurumon by this effect, so we have a way around playing against our opponent, and we like that kind of thing. Next, we have Gabumon Bonds of Friendship. When attacking once per turn, if you have a tamer, you may unsuspend this Digimon. When attacking, return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to the bottom of the deck. Trash all of their Digimon cards of that Digimon. So, being able to, once per turn, if you have a tamer, you may unsuspend this Digimon. So, since it has the you may, if you have the Gabumon underneath it, first, you swing in, that mandatory restands him. But then this one has you may, so now you can swing in and restand again and get 3 attacks in very easily. Your opponent will not be able to survive that because you get to blow up 3 level 5s very easily. Being able to remove 3 Digimon is crazy strong in this game. Then we also play Memory Booster just in case. Reveal the top 5, add a blue card. We're going to be filtering and trying to get to cards. And then Delay also gains us 2 memory, which really is helpful in this game. Next, let's talk about the Mat Ishida. So when your Digimon with Gabumon or Garurumon in its name is moved from the breeding area to the battle area, gain 1 memory, trigger draw +1. So if we can get this out early enough, we're going to be monumentally way ahead. This card just helps us out so much because our Gabumons are guaranteed to come out. And if we have Nokia out, they just combo synergize really well. And gaining memory, they choke us. They can't really choke us as bad as they want. We can just proceed to just hit them where it hurts. And then once per turn, you can Digivolve one of your Gabumons into a Gabumon Bond of Friendship in your hand by paying its Digi-Evolution cost, ignoring the level requirement. If you do, trash the top 2 cards of your security stack. Then if you have 1 or more security, delete that Digimon at the end of battle. Really powerful skill. Not gonna lie, but you are putting yourself in jeopardy to do this. So we're gonna use Bonds of Friendship. You could definitely play more Metal Garurumon, but Bonds of Friendship can at least cheat itself in very easily with the Mat Ishida and still win you games. So it's not a bad take. Even if we lose it, we still can have a Gabumon that just was played by the Nokia the turn before. We get the Mat Ishida out, and then we have a stack in the back, and then this Bonds of Friendship just clears out 2 to 3 security and then takes out 2 Mons with it. Your opponent's just gonna sit there and just cry. This deck can definitely throw your opponent for a loop. And it's just that kind of last evolution kind of feel. So next, you could definitely play Gabumon in here that draws you a card when played. It's still effective if you want to just guarantee the plus instead of filtering to try to get there. You definitely play Vmon for that jamming. It doesn't help you with the Digievolution, but it helps with just getting in free pokes. Next, you could definitely play if you're going to combo, if you're going to play this Garurumon for unsuspend one of your Digimon, play this Metal Garurumon so that you get two chances to whack into your opponent. So it just combos very well because now he restands himself by just taking this one out, and it just still fits the Garurumon requirement. Next, you could definitely play Lobomon just to get that cheap win instead of the Cordramon, but it's up to you. If you want, you could definitely go the Lobomon route. You could play this Lobomon in the line and then have Ancient Garurumon be able to come in for free on this Digievolution because Nokia will rest and it'll reduce it by 1. And since he is Warp Digievolutioning right there and then, you're still going to get that free Nokia charge out, which is very scary. Digimon can Digivolve into an Ancient Garurumon in hand for a memory cost 1. Ignore its Digievolution requirements if it does. Delete this Digimon at the end of the turn, which is fine. And then when Digivolving this Digimon into an Ancient Garurumon in your hand, reduces Digievolution cost by 2. Still really nice because Ancient Garurumon can become a 2-cost evolve instead of its 5 by the right circumstances. Next, Grizzlymon is just a great option to be that blocker if you feel like you need to choke out your opponent more. Next, this Garurumon, if you feel more comfortable than relying on no evolutionary sources, you could definitely play this, then have it so you have more security guarantee because of the 8 requirement is a lot easier than having no evolution sometimes, but you never know what your hand will unfold. Then you could definitely play the Metal Garurumon that restands himself. For 4 costs, he gets cheaper, and being able to restand himself and attack for security plus 2 at 15 or 16 is just nuts. Next, if you really want to take down Ancient Garurumon, Bonds of Friendship down by at least 2 cards, and then you can just play Omnimon and then rely on a better formatted deck if you feel like it, but it's all good fun. Yukaida's Breath is in here just for that option to pop something off. I feel like if you guys are looking for, if you're just picking up the game and you're looking to just upgrade your trial deck and you're only able to get into Bt-6, Bt-6 right off the bat, this deck here will definitely help you achieve that because it's super hyper focused and none of the other cards that are in the deck minus, I can tell you this right now, if we take out 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the mats, $34 is the main core of this deck. And then the Bonds of Friendship stuff that if you just focus heavily in opening into Bt-6, you'll pull eventually. But all the older stuff is only like $34 to pick up. So this is really good, especially going in the trial deck and stuff like that. And even then, look at that. This is pretty much all the old stuff plus the trial deck. And that should get you from point A to point B for $33, being able to pick up all this. And all you have to worry about the newer stuff, which you can gradually grab. And no matter what, as long as you have the Bonds of Friendship, you're really solid. That deck is not going anywhere anytime soon. And even going into future formats, I don't see that going anywhere. I see more advantage for it and more product to come into it that'll help it. So guys, remember, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!